Yes, AutoChief, new week, new car. Ghana, pay attention. It's your man, Do Your Fair Japan, and I'm super excited to be back this week because I have great information for you. Today, I'm going to show you the perfect full-size SUV of big 4x4, full-size 4x4 that in case you want to import to Ghana, it will be the greatest choice. So stick around, and by the time we are done with this about 15 minutes discussion, you're going to know everything about this particular machine, and I'm sure you're going to thank me. But even before we get there, I want to salute all my subscribers. I appreciate the love, I appreciate the likes, the comments. So just stick around, and by the time we are done with this video, you get enough value. So I'm sure you're wondering and you are guessing, what SUV is QB talking about? A few weeks ago, QB is telling us don't go close to the Range Rover side because the MSRPs are huge. And as you can remember, I showed the autobiography. The MSRP was 132 and actually 136,000 US dollars and all that stuff. But today, you will not believe it. What I'm going to show you, a full-size SUV, the MSRP is under 50,000 US dollars. That's the reason why it's such a good big size SUV to import if you must import such an SUV. So let's get to it. I know the suspense has been too much, and I'm talking about the second generation Nissan Armada. But don't let the Armada confuse you. The second generation Nissan Armada, introduced in 2017, is actually a Nissan Patrol. Pay attention here. So what happened is that in 2017, when Nissan wanted to bring a second generation Nissan Armada, which was a nameplate in the US, they realized, okay, we have a formidable SUV, global SUV in the Nissan Patrol. So why should we worry ourselves every time re-engineering another SUV for the US market that we call Armada? So in 2017, they did something wonderful for us as consumers. They just took the Nissan Patrol, rebadged it, and sent it to America and called it Nissan Armada. But what was good is that, this is where it's very important, the Nissan Armada was always playing around the 50,000 US dollars. That was the price range, because it was competing with the Toyota Sequoia, which also had a starting point of around 50,000 US dollars. So that's why our car that we are going to delve deep into is the 2017 Nissan Armada. So let's get to the details. So my first document, as you can see on your screens, is from Wikipedia. And Wikipedia helps us to understand why this machine, even though the name is Armada, is actually a Nissan Patrol. So let's read. Nissan unveiled the second generation Armada at the 2016 Chicago Auto Show, and it went on sale in August 2016 as a 2017 model. This version, this is where it's very important, pay attention here. This version is based on the Nissan Patrol Y62, and that is all you need to know. Which means that what you are getting is the global icon, the Nissan Patrol, but you are getting it at a Nissan Armada price, assuming you bought it brand new. But for us who are shopping on the used car market, now this car is more than 5 years. So once you are importing this car, as I've already demonstrated in all my videos, customs is going to depreciate this car, which is over 5 years, by 50%. And so now let's get to where the MSRPs are. You need to know that specifically. So let me point you to the document. So as you can see on your screen, a 2019 Nissan Armada, and I'm using, when you hear 2017, 2019, the picture I'm trying to paint to you is that in case you are shopping for one of these as a used car especially if you want to ship to Ghana to come and use or even come and sell. Where you need to stay is always, you have to stay with models which are over 5 years. And so that's how come you hear 2017, 2019. And so let's check the price. The MSRP, as you can see from Car and Driver, is $48,185, and that's for this big machine. I mean, across the globe, I think the price was more expensive than this, but in the US, because like I mentioned, this car was replacing the Armada, which was not a very expensive full-size SUV. That's how come you get such a juicy MSRP. So as I've already demonstrated, once this car is over 5 years, in terms of duty calculations, GRA is going to just, through customs, we're just going to have this, and so you're going to get roughly $24,000 as the value that will be used to calculate your duty, which is very important. Yes, so as I was telling you, the higher the MSRP, the higher the duty you're going to pay. So now, to put things in perspective, I'm going to compare like for like. So I'm going to compare the price of the Nissan Armada to a comparative Toyota LandCruiser in the US as at the time. So pay attention. Let's watch this document and then you see. Yes, so as you can see on your screen, when I did the comparative analysis, you could see that a 2019 Nissan Armada, somewhere even starting, the SL was starting around $47,000, and it was topping, the range topping Platinum was around 63,000. Then compare the same model year, 2019. Look at the Toyota LandCruiser in the US, same model year. Look at the MSRP, $85,000. So as I mentioned to you, when even this Toyota LandCruiser in the US, but I do know that most people most Ghanaians do not buy their Land Cruisers from the US market, so that's not really the deal. But the fact is that anybody who knows about Ghana's car culture knows that the number one car when it comes to cars which officialdom, cars that give you presence on the road, is the number one car is the Toyota LandCruiser. So when you come to town and you see people driving it, most people, they drive it for that reason. And whilst you are in the US, for instance, you may already have your Range Rover, driving it in the US, Canada, UK, wherever. And the thing is that in those markets, you are making payments, your car payments, so that's fine. But what I'm trying to get you, the information I'm trying to get to you in this video is that when you are coming to Ghana, as I pointed out in the video, don't worry yourself attempting to ship that Range Rover or similar one to Ghana. Rather, look for a deal like this, a Nissan Armada, where the MSRP is very low, as you can see, around under 50,000. Then after 5 years, obviously, you see the figure that customs and GRA will be using to do the duty calculation will be very low, which is approximately 25,000. And why this is important is that you, in 2025, when you're looking for a 2019, even 2020 Nissan Armada, the pricing that you are going to get on them, especially from the salvage market, as you can see on your screen, buy it now from IAI 2025. You're looking at, look at this 2020 Nissan Armada SL. It says, this one says 2-wheel drive, and look at the mileage, 58,000. And this is just some cosmetic damage. Look at the price, $10,000. So you are getting a good price. Let me show you a few pictures of this car so that you see that in this particular case, it's not really a big damage. You can see, yes, see, it's looking really nice. Let's check some more pictures. Just hold on. Let's go through the pictures. Watch. I hope you can see on your screen. Yes. Clean car. by all means. So you are getting this. Look at this. Even this, though this one is salvage, all the parts, almost all the parts are available. What is important about this machine is that it also features a V8. V8, big V8. So you are getting all these big V8s even when you are getting the salvage market. In this case, as you saw, about 10,000 US dollars. Yeah, good machine. And so this one, easy work for the guys in Ghana to fix it up. You don't have to stress yourself. So as I told you, you are talking about MSRP of about maxing out. Even the platinum is maxing out at 63,000. And the example I showed you, the SL is under 50,000. So the comparative duty that you're going to pay is going to be less. So let's get detail once again. And when I come to the car and driver page, it's able to let you understand the trim and the pricing. So anytime you see a Nissan Armada and you're looking at the trim, when you see the SV, the MSRP is about 48,185,000 US dollars. And then when you see the SL, you're looking at about 52,000 US dollars. Platinum, you're looking at about 61. And then Platinum Reserve is when you land at 64. But like I showed you, the LandCruiser, if you are getting it in the US, it's at least 85,000. I know, like I said, most Ghanaians don't really buy that car from the US. But it's for you to understand where this car actually compares, that it compares with such a machine. But when you are buying an Armada, a Nissan Armada, what you need to pay attention to is try and notice whether it has four-wheel drive or it doesn't, because some are two-wheel drive, but usually it will state clearly. In terms of seating capacity, 8 passengers. All of them can seat 8 passengers. So in terms of like for like, the Armada compares very favorably with the Toyota LandCruiser. And like I said, in the US, you are getting a huge deal because your MSRP, as you've seen, look at the MSRP, around 50,000, and even when it's maxing out, around 63. Let's check it. Let's check more specs from the Armada. So this is very important because someone would say, okay, yes, I see the savings because of the low MSRP, but am I going to be getting all the amenities? Let's watch it. So in terms of interior, infotainment, and cargo, this is what Car and Driver says. Car and Driver likes the incredibly comfy front seats, many standard features, usable third row. It can seat 8 people. Dislikes, that one reads, missing some luxury features found on rivals, slow touchscreen responses. I don't know about, and those things are, I would say, they are nitpicking, so those are not serious issues for us. But here is what is important to us. Every Armada has a Nissan Connect infotainment system that includes navigation, copious power outlets, and a 13-speaker Bose stereo. Very important. When you are in a big machine like that, the sound system, you need it. So Bose, and when you hear Bose, there's some good things going on there. So with everything that I've said, right, you may still have someone who is like a doubting Thomas, and he's like, what's this guy talking about? Me, I like, even though I'm in the US, when I come to Ghana, if I can't bring the Range Rover because the MSRP is huge, and by the time I'm done, I'm paying so much money. I like the LandCruiser because that is the number one car on the streets in terms of official. The people always say that when you're in a black LandCruiser V8, the police don't even stop you. Right, I understand that. But what I'm also telling you is that in Ghana, everybody also knows that the Nissan Patrol is almost like number 2, or at some point it was number 2. These days there are not many on the road, but because of how much presence it also has, when you are in that, and if you get a good color, once again, it always has to be black or even navy. Once you are in such, you are good. And the truth of the matter is that you are living overseas. If it's a Range Rover, you already have it, or whatever luxury car that you have it. But when you come to town, it's important that you also get that air of officialdom. So I'm saying, I'm on Gigi, right? So I'm giving you a 2019 Toyota LandCruiser. How much is the asking price as I'm showing you. 100, actually no, 1,550,000 Ghana cedis. So that's a lot of money. Approaching if, even by today's exchange rate of 15, it's about 100,000 US dollars for a used LandCruiser V8. And I'm telling you that if you buy, let's say, even a $15,000 2019 Nissan Armada from the US, and you come and ship it into Ghana, because of the MSRP, how relatively cool that it is, your duty payment is going to be approximately about 200,000 Ghana cedis. And I'll work on that and show you. So you see it, I'll show it on the screen as well in terms of the estimate. And then when you add all the costs, you're going to make some great savings. I mean, you might save as much as about 500,000 Ghana cedis just by making the choice to go the Armada instead of coming to the LandCruiser side. And even if you are not the number one guy in terms of the LandCruiser, I mean, like I'm telling you, I know Accra, the Nissan Patrol or the Nissan Armada in this case. And if you care too much about badges, the moment you get the Armada, just debadge it so that it just becomes a Nissan Patrol in Ghana. So this is a great tip to you. Don't waste your time with trying to get an Escalade. No, all those cars, they are good when they are in the US. On these parts or in these parts, when someone sees you driving an Escalade, it's okay, but you are not the number one guy in terms of officialdom. If you want respect on the street, in terms of police and everywhere you go, if it's not a LandCruiser, it must be something like the Patrol. Or, of course, I'm not going to talk too much about the Prado. Prado is also is about number 2 or number 3. So depending on where you go. Yes. So today I came with good information, and I just want your job to be very easy. If you want to come and put a full-size SUV in Ghana for all the numerous times that you come home, and you don't want any car that cannot go to the new area where you stay, this is the machine that I've presented to you. Your only issue that you're going to face, as I'm saying, is a little bit of the duty. But once again, because of the MSRP, the duty that you pay on this car makes a lot of sense. I think approximately about 200,000 Ghana cedis. But as I demonstrated to you, your purchase price for this car, salvage market, you pay between 10,000 to about 12,000 US dollars for one which has relatively minor damage. And on the real used car, which is not salvage, you shouldn't pay more than 15,000 for one of these. I mean, let's stretch it. Let's say between 15 and 20,000 for one of these, and you're good. But what you're going to get with the Nissan Patrol is you're going to get reliability. You're going to get street presence, official presence. Just make sure that what you buy is either black, navy blue, and if it isn't, when you come here, AutoChief, we have all the linkages. Master Ray in Hacho, he will turn this car to black, metallic black for you, so that you keep a lot of presence in the street, and the police, they will let you move more freely. All right, so thank you for watching. I hope you found this video very valuable. So I appreciate. Don't forget, subscribe, like the content, comments. As for the comments, I appreciate they are coming, so I love it. The likes do also coming. I can't leave without saying a big up to my video director, my own daughter. I hope you a salute. Ghana, until next week, I say me that's it.